Welcome to Psychology Concepts Explained, and this is your host, Dr. C, professor of psychology for over 20 years and teaching only online classes for over 10 years. I hope you enjoy this podcast. This podcast is brought to you from my in-laws' garage. No, that's not a coffee shop. This is my in-laws' garage. It's the only quiet place where I can record anything. In this podcast, I want to give a brief overview of what to expect if you're taking an Introduction to Psychology college course. And it's often called general psychology. And as a reminder, my podcasts are created for my classes specifically, but anyone taking an Intro to Psych class may use this and share them as you take your course. So, as you look through your Intro to Psych textbook, you'll see that the chapter content and order look fairly similar if you look across many textbooks. I will be making podcasts that follow the free online textbook from openstacks.org, but the concepts should be available in any psychology textbook. So, what should you expect? Well, expect the course to be more challenging than you would expect, even compared to other higher level psychology classes. Why? Because you're getting to learn multiple theories from multiple perspectives, whereas in other psychology classes, they may be more focused on one particular field of psychology. You may have heard of lifespan psychology class, clinical psychology, or even social psychology. And when you take those classes, you're pretty much in one quadrant of the universe. And whereas in an intro class, you're getting the grand tour from chapter to chapter. You're basically visiting different planets within the field of psychology. So one of the first things you should do is to browse the chapter titles. And it's typically between 14 to 16 chapters in the textbook. It typically starts with an overview of the history of psychology, where the field of psychology evolved from, major theoretical perspectives, and we'll address what that means later, to research methods. How is research conducted? How do we make sense of research studies when we see them in the news? And the scientific method. And let me just say now that many students are very surprised to learn that psychology is a science, no different than biology or chemistry. We use the same methods. You'll cover biology, intelligence, how we learn, how our memory works, how we interact with other people, how other people affect us, mental disorders, treatments, and that's just scratching the surface. So expect to read a lot. Don't just use your textbook as a glossary. From my experience taking Psychology 100 way back when, it was one of the most interesting classes and textbooks that I've read. Every single subject in our class will apply to our everyday life. Can you say that about every class that you're taking? Expect psychology research sometimes to contradict with your personal views about human nature at some point during the class. Not everything is common sense, as you will find out. Simple ideas that you thought had simple explanations turn out to be the opposite. For example, when it comes to couples, do opposites attract? Are all Nazis evil? When someone sees someone who needs help and they don't offer help, are they a bad person? Do you believe that growing older is just all bad news? Do you believe that you don't have any hidden biases against other people? Does a person with schizophrenia have multiple personalities? Okay, these are just examples of things that we'll cover throughout our class. And just have fun with it. Enjoy it. You get to focus on how we think, feel, and behave, along with your classmates that come from diverse backgrounds and experiences, along with your middle-aged professor as your tour guide. So, what more can you ask, right? Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. This is Dr. C, and I'll talk to you soon. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow me on anchor.fm/JackBTeaching. That's Jack, the letter B, in the word teaching. And you can reach me on Twitter. My handle is also @JackBTeaching. Thank you.